Welcome to Coins Dealer. Did you know a simple 1982 Washington quarter could be worth up to $1.9 million today? Exploding head, yes, you heard that right. It's hiding in plain sight, and it could be sitting in your pocket change right now. Stay tuned because today, I'm revealing everything you need to know about this $1 million coin, how to spot it, and why collectors are paying a fortune for it. Before we dive into the 1982 jackpot, let's talk a little about the Washington quarter itself. First minted in 1932 to honor George Washington's 200th birthday, this coin became a true American icon. Made mostly of silver until 1965, later quarters were made from copper and nickel. But not all quarters are created equal, and the 1982 proves just that. 1982 was a tricky year for the US Mint. Due to a deep recession, they made some major budget cuts. Guess what they eliminated? Mint sets. That's right. No official mint sets were produced for collectors that year, meaning high-quality examples are extremely rare. On top of that, many coins struck in 1982 had weak strikes, errors, and planchet issues, making perfect coins even more desirable today. Now, here's where it gets exciting. The 1982 Washington quarter can be worth millions, but only if it meets certain special conditions. Extremely high grade, we're talking MS68 or higher, mint state conditions, strong strike, clear, bold details, especially on George Washington's hair and the eagle's wings. Rare errors, look for missing lettering, double strikes, or off-center strikes. Perfect preservation. No scratches, wear, or tarnishing. Full drum lines on reverse. This tiny detail can skyrocket the value. Most circulated 1982 quarters are worth only face value, but a handful, less than 5 known, in pristine, uncirculated condition have hit the auction blocks for insane prices, including up to $1.9 million. One record-breaking 1982 quarter made headlines when it fetched an astonishing $1.9 million at a private auction. Collectors went crazy over it because it was graded MS68 Plus by PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service. It had razor-sharp details and a gleaming luster. Experts even said it was the finest known specimen ever seen. This sale shattered records and woke up the entire coin collecting community to just how valuable these ordinary quarters can be. Now you're probably wondering, how do I know if I have one? Here's your checklist. White heavy check mark. Look for the 1982 mint mark, a tiny D under Washington's neck. White heavy check mark. Check the overall condition. Does it look almost brand new? White heavy check mark. Use a magnifying glass to check for strong details and missing flaws. White heavy check mark. Weigh it. An authentic 1982 quarter should weigh around 5.67 grams. White heavy check mark. If it looks perfect, get it graded by PCGS or NGC. They're the top grading services. Even if your quarter isn't worth millions, some 1982 quarters can still sell for hundreds or thousands depending on their condition. There are plenty of fakes and scams out there. If someone offers to sell you a rare 1982 without proper certification, walk away. And remember, normal wear and tear quarters from 1982 are common. Only the top 1% of the top 1% are truly valuable. So, the next time you're checking your spare change, don't overlook that 1982 Washington quarter. You just might have a $1.9 million treasure hiding in plain sight. If you found this video helpful, smash that like button, subscribe for more rare coin content, and hit the bell so you never miss a big money discovery. We have an absolute showstopper for you, the story of the 1983 Washington quarter-dollar coin that has been valued at an astonishing $1.70 million. Yes, you heard that right. A simple 25-cent coin that could turn you into a millionaire overnight. So make sure you watch till the end. Because I'm going to show you exactly what to look for and how you might just find one of these valuable coins yourself. Let's dive in. The year was 1983. Ronald Reagan was president, the economy was recovering, and the US Mint was working overtime to produce coins to keep up with growing demand. At the time, the Philadelphia Mint, designated by the P Mint mark, struck millions of Washington quarters. But not all quarters were created equal. You see, 1983 was a unique year. Budget cuts and high-speed production led to lower overall quality at the Mint. That meant more mistakes, more unusual strikes, and more opportunities for rare coins to slip into circulation, unnoticed for decades. One of these mistakes resulted in a coin that collectors would later value at nearly $1.7 million. Alright, let's talk about what makes this coin so special. Almost all coins from 1983 show heavy wear because coin sets weren't issued for collectors that year, meaning no uncirculated sets for collectors to preserve pristine coins. So finding a 1983 P quarter in mint state, near perfect, uncirculated, is incredibly rare. Some 1983 P quarters show incredible mint errors like where the design appears doubled, especially on the word Liberty, or In God We Trust. Where the design is misaligned. Where a piece of the coin is literally missing. Small blue diamond in third, the spitting eagle variety. There's a famous error where a small die gouge near the eagle's mouth makes it look like the eagle is spitting. These varieties combined with a pristine mint condition can skyrocket the coin's value into the millions. In recent years, rare coin collectors and wealthy investors have been battling over the best of the best coins, especially American history coins. At a prestigious auction, a flawless 1983 P quarter with a strong double die error and near perfect preservation stunned experts when it fetched $1.70 million. The combination of historical significance, extreme rarity, and pristine condition made it a once-in-a-lifetime find. And here's the best part: experts believe more are still out there, hiding in old coin jars, collections, and even loose change. Okay, here's what you need to do if you want to find one. Look for a 1983 date with a P mint mark right under the words In God We Trust. Look for quarters with sharp details, clean surfaces, and no major scratches. These are the highest grade coins. Use a magnifying glass to check for doubled letters in Liberty and In God We Trust, and inspect the eagle for the spitting eagle gouge. If you think you have something special, send it to a reputable grading service like PCGS or NGC to get it authenticated and graded professionally. Magnifying glass tilted left. Remember, even without errors, a mint state 1983 P quarter can still sell for thousands. So, are you going to start checking your quarters a little more closely now? One simple 1983 P quarter could change your life forever, and that's no exaggeration. Sparkles, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon so you never miss a chance to learn about valuable coins and collectibles that could make you rich. And hey, if you find something amazing, drop a comment below. I'd love to hear your treasure stories. 1984 Washington quarter. With NO mint mark, that could be worth an astonishing $1.8 million. Yes, you heard that right. Stay tuned, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for. Now, first off, let's talk about the basics. The Washington quarter has been a staple of U.S. currency since 1932, originally designed by John Flanagan. It features our first president, George Washington, on the front, and a majestic eagle on the back. In 1984, the U.S. Mint produced millions of quarters. Most of these coins came with either a P mint mark for Philadelphia, or a D for Denver. But every so often, something magical happens. An error, a flaw, a one-of-a-kind mistake that turns an ordinary 25-cent piece into a $1 million masterpiece. The rare coin we're talking about today is a 1984 Washington quarter missing its mint mark. This is called a no mint mark error. It's believed that during production, a blank die, meaning one with no mint mark stamp, was mistakenly used at the Philadelphia Mint. This led to a small batch of quarters being struck without any mint mark at all. Now, most people wouldn't even notice that they'd toss it into their piggy bank or use it in a vending machine without a second thought. But for the lucky few who spot the error, jackpot! One incredible story comes from a private collector who found one of these 1984 no mint mark quarters in his late father's coin collection. After authentication and grading, this coin was auctioned off for a breathtaking $1.8 million, a simple quarter that became a life-changing fortune. Okay, so how can you find one of these rare gems? Here's what to do. Look at the front, obverse side of the quarter, just to the right of Washington's ponytail. Normally, you'll see a small letter P or D. If there's absolutely no mint mark, it could be something special. Inspect the coin carefully for wear and tear. The more perfect it is, the higher its value. Coin collectors prize high-grade coins, especially those graded MS65 and above. Get it authenticated. Send the coin to professional graders like PCGS or NGC. A verified, graded coin is the only way you'll ever command top dollar. I know it's tempting to polish it up, but cleaning a coin can destroy its value. Collectors want coins in their original, untouched condition, even if they look a little dirty. So, how valuable is the 1984 no mint mark quarter depending on condition? That's why even a simple mistake like missing a mint mark can change everything. In fact, rare 1984 no mint mark quarters have been hot commodities at big-name auction houses like Heritage Auctions and Stack's Bowers. Collectors are desperate to own one. So, what are you waiting for? Check your jars, your piggy banks, your glove compartments. You could be sitting on a gold mine and not even know it. 1987 D. Washington quarter could be worth $1.70 million. Yes, you heard me right. A simple quarter from 1987 could change your life. If you have one of these coins lying around, you might be sitting on a gold mine. Stick around, because in this video, we'll cover. Let's roll it back to 1987. The US Mint was busy pumping out millions of quarters. Over 655 million from the Denver Mint alone. The D Mint mark stands for Denver. Normally, 1987 D quarters are common, but a few super rare mistakes make certain ones worth a fortune. So how does a plain quarter suddenly become a millionaire's dream? It all comes down to errors, minting mistakes, and condition. Not all 1987 D quarters are valuable. The ones worth $1.7 million have some very specific traits. Some 1987 D quarters were accidentally struck on planchets meant for other coins, like nickels or dimes. Others have dramatic double strikes, off-center strikes, or misaligned dies. Coins graded MS68, MS69, or even MS70 by PCGS or NGC are extremely rare. These coins look almost perfect. No scratches, no wear, mirror-like surfaces. Collectors love 1980s coins because they bridge the gap between vintage and modern eras. Add a major error or top-grade condition, and it becomes the ultimate trophy. If you want to find $1 million quarter, here's what you need to do, located just to the right of Washington's ponytail on the front of the coin. Inspect both sides carefully, off-center images, double or triple images, especially on letters and numbers, wrong metal color or weight, under strong light. Look for sharp details, no scratches, and a super shiny, clean surface. A correct quarter should weigh about 5.67 grams. If it's way lighter or heavier, that's a huge clue. Send it to professional grading services like PCGS or NGC. Without certification, you can't unlock those big auction prices. Recently, a near-perfect 1987 D quarter with a dramatic double strike sold for over $1.7 million at a private auction. Collectors are desperate for these rare coins, and they're willing to pay top dollar. And that's not all. Even less dramatic examples, simple high-grade coins without major errors, can fetch $5,000 to $50,000. Found a promising 1987 D quarter? Here's your action plan. Use PCGS or NGC. They're trusted by serious buyers. Sell through top auction houses like Heritage Auctions, Stack's Bowers, or Great Collections. Use secure shipping and get insurance. Your coin could be worth a life-changing fortune. Now you know, a 1987 D quarter could make you a millionaire overnight. So what are you waiting for? Grab your old coin jars, check those collections, and maybe you'll be the next lucky one. If you enjoyed this video, smash that like button, subscribe for more hidden coin treasures, and hit the bell so you never miss a chance to cash in on your coins. 1990 D Washington quarter, and guess what? Some of these coins have sold for up to $1.7 million. Face screaming in fear, stick around because you might just have a small fortune hiding in your coin jar. First, let's talk a little bit about the history. The 1990 D quarter was minted at the Denver Mint, indicated by the small d right under Washington's neck. In 1990, billions of quarters were made, but only a few have the extraordinary features that make them worth millions today. Most of these quarters are only worth face value, 25 cents. However, rare errors, special conditions, and perfect grades have skyrocketed a few into the $1 million club. Trophy, but what exactly makes one worth $1.7 million? Let's break it down. Here are the major things you should look for on your 1990 decoder. Look carefully at the lettering, especially Liberty and In God We Trust. If the letters look doubled or shadowed, you might have a double die error. A major misalignment when the coin was struck can make it extremely valuable. If the nickel coating didn't properly bond to the copper core, your quarter could have a coppery appearance. Every tiny hair on Washington's head should be visible. Coins graded MS-67, MS-68, or MS-69 are extremely rare from 1990. Now you might be asking, how did a simple 1990 decoder sell for $1.7 million? Moneybag. In one incredible case, a 1990 decoder was discovered with a perfect storm of features: near-perfect MS-69 condition, striking mint errors, and historical importance. A private collector, competing at an auction, drove the price up to a jaw-dropping $1.7 million. Coins like these are seen as treasures, not just because they're rare, but because they represent true miracles in minting history. Alright, it's time to check your coins. Here's a quick 4-step method to check your 1990 decoder. Handle your coin by the edges to avoid oils or fingerprints. Examine the date, mint mark, and details closely. Doubling, missing clad layers, off-center strikes. Send your coin to trusted graders like PCGS or NGC if you think it's rare. Just imagine, a quick check could lead to a $1.7 million payday. Chart increasing. Before you rush off, here are a few final tips. On-screen tips: be cautious of fakes. Always verify authenticity. Don't clean your coins. It can drastically lower their value. Store valuable coins in protective holders. And remember, even if your quarter isn't worth millions, it could still fetch a few hundred or a few $1,000s depending on condition and demand. If you enjoyed this video, give it a big thumbs up, subscribe for more hidden treasure stories, and drop a comment if you have a 1990 decoder you want to talk about. Who knows, your story could be our next feature video. 1997 D Washington quarter. Yes, a coin you could have easily gotten in your change, and one rare version is worth an unbelievable $1.80 million. Face screaming in fear. Moneybag, stick around, because you're going to learn exactly why it's worth so much, and how you might have one sitting at home right now. Imagine this: you're rolling coins to take to the bank, you spot a 1997 decoder, and bam, you're suddenly a millionaire. Collision sounds crazy, right? But it's real. There are a few super rare 1997 decorders that collectors would pay a fortune for, thanks to a combination of minting errors, pristine condition, and historical significance. So grab your coin jar. You'll want to check it after this video. First, a little background. The Washington Quarter series started back in 1932 to commemorate George Washington's 200th birthday. Over the decades, millions, even billions, of these coins were made. But in 1997, something special happened at the Denver Mint, where coins are marked with a D mint mark. While most quarters from 1997 D are common and worth face value, a tiny number were minted with special characteristics that make them extremely valuable today. In fact, experts estimate there may only be a handful of these rare 1997 decorders left in existence. So what sets this quarter apart? 3 major factors you need to know. Some 1997 decorders were struck on the wrong planchets, meaning the blank wasn't the correct size or metal. Others have dramatic double dies, where the images and lettering appear doubled. These errors are insanely rare and highly collectible. Condition is everything. The $1 million 1997 decoder is graded MS-68, mint state, almost perfect, as if it just left the mint yesterday. Only a few coins from 1997 even come close to this grade because most were handled and circulated heavily. A flawless, beautiful coin with a fascinating story is irresistible to serious collectors. Combine beauty, rarity, and an interesting mint error? Jackpot. Alright, so here's what to look for when checking your 1997 decorders. Look for a clear D under the word "In God We Trust" on the front of the coin. A weak or distorted mint mark can be a sign of an error coin. Look for doubling, especially on Washington's face, the letters, or the date. Use a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe to spot tiny details. No scratches, dings, or wear marks. A high-grade quarter will have shiny, original luster, the same finish it had when it was first minted. A standard Washington quarter should weigh about 5.67 grams. If it's significantly different, you might have a wrong planchet error, a major find. Let me tell you a true story. A 1997 D quarter in near perfect condition, with a double die error and pristine surfaces, shocked the coin world when it fetched $1.8 million at a major auction. Exploding Head the bidder? A private collector who simply had to have the best of the best. It's a perfect example of how something you think is just spare change could be your ticket to a life-changing fortune. So what if you find a 1997 D quarter that looks promising? Here's what to do: handle it carefully, don't clean it, store it in a soft holder or coin flip. Get it graded by a trusted service like PCGS or NGC. Authentication is key to getting top dollar. Work with a professional auction house if it's truly rare. They can connect you with high-end collectors ready to pay big money. That's it, folks. Start checking your quarters today. You could be sitting on $1.80 million without even knowing it. Money Mouth Face, if you found this video helpful, smash that like button, subscribe for more coin treasure tips, and comment below. Tell us if you have any 1997 D quarters to check.